So today we are bolusing and vaccinating all the breeding cows. Well, I say all the breeding, we're going to make a start, it won't all be today. But basically, pre-calving TLC, let's call it. So the first lot we've got in are out of this outwintered bit. We brought them in just an hour ago. So yeah, basically we give them a mineral bolus, or 2 mineral boluses per cow. That basically covers them for 6 months. It's a slow releasing product and it gives them all the minerals that they need when this will cover them being heavily in calf, through calving, and should cover them right until the breeding season again when the bulls are going back out. So we're giving them that. We give them a vaccination for BVD, which we are free from, but the vet's advice and everyone's advice at the moment is still just continue to vaccinate them to fully cover yourself. And we'll also trim their ears so that I can see their ear tags at calving time, because they're calving outside and it's really difficult to see their ear tags, and replace any broken ones and give their tails just a tiny little trim just to keep them clean. So yeah, so this is the first lot I've brought in. They are all, I think there's only one Aberdeen Angus in here. The rest are all first cross Aberdeen Angus cross Herefords, which are these kind of black baldy is what they call them, where they've got the white head, black heads, the black bodies, sorry, and then there's some that have still held the red gene from the Herefords. So yeah, this is the first batch we've got in. There's only 24 that we outwintered this year. Anywhere between kind of that and 30, in the low 30s is fine. Well, one's done 40 and it was just too many. So yeah, actually there's 2 Anguses because we've put that one out here as well. So yeah, there's I would say they're wintering pretty well. They're on a silage only diet at the moment, but you see, like, look at the flesh and the brisket on that, and like you see the flesh along all their tails. They are in really good condition, and they're so clean as well. Like, you see the bit they're in, they're all PD'd and calved before they went out, so as long as they haven't slipped their calve, then they should be in calve. They'll be about 7 months in calve now or something like that. I've got about 2 months to go. Some of these are second calvers and some are kind of older, maybe 3rd or 4th calvers, and it's fairly obvious. There's actually more Anguses in this group than I remember. Anyway, so there's some that are older and they've really filled out, like the likes of these. I mean, they've calved at 2-year-old. They've not been pushed as calves, and look at the size of them. Like, they're still, and then you've got 1 or 2 of the kind of smaller ones in there that's more better sized, but then you get big things like this that's huge. I mean, they're literally just on a silage diet, and you feel sorry for them some days when it's cold and wet, and then you see what they're actually like. Yeah, no feeling sorry for you. Right, let it go.
Yeah.
Hey, let it go if you want. Right, on you go.
Come on. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Hung him, man. Fucking hung him.
I know. That's that, it's like, now I'm just thinking about that feed passage there. Acting as if I've not been fed.
Think why when you're lying right here.
It's not on the wrong way, it's just rubbed off. It's just rubbed off. Aye, that's what I was saying, 966 kilos. Fucking ton. And that's, it's gained 0.08. It's just I was being like that.
Game straw.
Is it away? Aye.
Aye.
Yep. First and left one. You can go this way, David. Come back in. Again.
Alright.
Well, we've got these out one too. See how long it is.
Alright.
Just a bit of jacket off, Joe, Bispo. At least it's nice to dry, isn't it? Well, he's like when you go to grab their chin, whether they're fucking clenching or not. Like you can immediately tell you go, oh. What do you think? Come on in. There goes. That was the original batch of heifers. There was 2 or 3 let out, so the 2 grey ones, that grey one, and there's another grey one that's not in calve, and then the big strong heifer, wherever she is. I think she's back up there. The second one for the end, so that we didn't do those ones, let them out. That was the other grey heifer that didn't get done, and this was the one that slipped out. So she is now back in court. I've actually fed them, and I'm just going to quickly do them. So this is the bolus I was talking about. Basically, this one here is the one that got missed there. It slipped its head out. So basically, that's the gun. It pushes 1 bolus and 2 boluses. They are the mineral bolus. They're just kind of made up of the minerals, and then that lies in the bottom of their stomach. And then basically they are slow release. The acids and stuff inside the stomach will slowly wear away at that, and it will slow release really concentrated nutrients into them for the size of it's concentrated for the size of the bolus anyway, and that lasts 6 months. And these heifers are due to calve in just over 2 months. So yeah, go and wrestle my last one of the day. So the big difference there is that obviously it started to eat, so it's got silage and stuff in its throat and its mouth, and then it gets kind of harder to push down at times. So that's why we try and do them when they're empty in the morning. And also those self-locking yolks, the best way for them to catch is first thing in the morning, because they're all hungry, they all want fed. They come in and then they basically come in, and that is normally set so that that there is, oh, you can do it the other way. So normally that will just come up and it'll never catch. And then to set it, you just go along, set all them. I think the theory with them is that you could realistically cut a hole in that metal, or if this wasn't as high, then you would be able to attach brackets so as that instead of needing to do this 5 individual times, you would just do it once right at the very end. I think it makes sense if that was the case, but I'm not sure, we've never done it. But yeah, so that's all of those. They were the first calvers, I say first calvers, heifers who have not had a calve yet and are currently under 2. They will calve at 2. We calve at the same point every year, so these heifers were all born at the same point almost 2 years ago, and then they'll calve exactly 2 years later within roughly 6 weeks. So yeah, that has been a really good job. We've just got one big load of cows to do. There's about 60 or 70, I think it's 70 up the road. But that's the ones from outside, heifers, first calvers done. happy days. Those boluses, they're the ones that we use. Trace element bolus, there is all your stuff. So yeah, and that's come in boxes, and each animal gets 2 of them. I think last time I priced it, it's about £6 per cow, which when you're doing 150 obviously comes to a bit of money, but £6 per cow when the calf is worth a couple of £100 is absolutely nothing if it helps the calf get up quicker, suit quicker, her colostrum's better, you have one extra living calf, and it's like, it's night and day just for your own mental stress at calving. And then so they're also getting Bavella, which is basically for bovine viral diarrhea. We are free of it, but we still vaccinate because it can get caught. Scotland is almost TB free, almost BVD free, I believe. I think there's only about 4 or 5, if you go on a list and you can see them, there's only 4 or 5 holdings I think currently. That is the gun that we use, and they get 2 mils each of it. So I actually still need to go and quickly do 2 bulls, because once you basically, the stuff's a live vaccine, and as soon as you mix it, you need to use it within a couple of hours. I don't know what it is, but it needs to stay refrigerated, and as soon as you mix it, it's live for a couple of hours, and then that's it. So I am going to go and try. Oh, this bull is at the perfect bit for me not to get a kick. Here. You're basically giving them a quick jag in the bum and hoping that they don't kick you very quickly. So it's quite handy, these individual pens. So he's done today, he was done yesterday when he arrived, because I had one left over. That's that cow done. The rest of those ones there are still to get done, but I can do them another day. It's a Friday afternoon, beasts are all fed. Go and pick up the kids at 3 o'clock. Go and get lunch first. Happy days. I know the alarms for yesterday, and just looking at the else in place, I would say, go and pick your finger up. Take another 40 of the men. You know what, it's 50 or something up at Belson, so. Aye, me too. That's it.
That's still pissed off you after that and ready.
Aye, I know, that's it. You try to avoid rain for the next year, I know. So just quickly there, before my battery dies, that was the big lot of cows. There was 66 in it, and everything there is about 5 years, at least either 5 years or older, just coming up in 6. That's the kind of aging cows. So anyway, basically the average weight, there was 66, and the average weight was 801 kilos. So that's a fairly strong mature cow. But basically there's ones there that have calved at 2-year-olds. Some of the older ones have calved at 3-year-old, so they get an excuse to go went bigger. But even the ones that had calved at 2-year-old were still like 800 plus kilos. So it's there's a few obviously under, but yeah, that's a fairly big mature cow. 66 of them done. That setup is not great. It's perfectly fine, it's perfectly safe in terms of the cattle can't get out it, but it's so labour intensive having to bring someone to keep bringing cattle, because it's such a long race that they've got so much opportunity, the cows, to turn. They know what's happening. So yeah, once this new handling system gets in down the road, it'll be amazing. That's my thoughts. Cheers.